Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 266. Now today, the collectible of the day is the Spin Masters DC Comics 4-inch scale Superman action figure. Join the Man of Steel on an epic adventure. Will you find Metropolis mayhem, an alien attack, a Central Park clash, or a coastline crisis adventure? Open your figure box and discover your adventure on the included collector's card. Plus, you get 3 mystery accessories included. Reveal rare and even super rare items that match your theme with materials finished like neon, steel, crystal, and metallic. Armed with your accessories, help Superman stop the chaos. Box includes a highly detailed sculpt of Superman with a total of 11 points of articulation for added posability and displayability, and each 4-inch scale action figure comes with a collector's guide to help track your collection. Also included are 3 collectible mystery items that could be anything from armor, gauntlets, and even shields, released by Spin Masters. The comic of the day is Superman, Volume 2, issue number 204, with a cover date of June 2004. With story by Brian Azzarello, art by Jim Lee, and cover by Jim Lee. This is part 1 of a 12-part series titled For Tomorrow, Part 1. We open with a short monologue with someone speaking of feeling selfish and unneeded, while we see pictures and scenes of people looking lonely and somewhat depressed. The scene bleeds away to reveal a priest named Daniel in his church speaking to Detective Lupe about what's happened to the world. It's revealed they were once interested in each other just before Daniel took his vows. He now considers taking them back for her. Of course, it's Daniel who feels selfish and unneeded. Lupe leaves him to consider the events of the past, which has affected everyone on the planet. Daniel notices something, looks upward, and suddenly sees Superman gracefully floating there, staring at him. The priest suddenly drops to his knees, but Superman stops him, telling him, "I don't think you want to do that." They stare at each other till Superman breaks the silence with, "You want to know why I'm here?" Daniel responds with, "You can read minds?" He replies with just good at reading expressions. Superman mentions he doesn't visit the church very often, or even fly over it. Superman asks the priest if he would violate his oath of secrecy, and the priest thinks he's asking for information, and tells him he cannot violate his oath, even for Superman. It's then Superman corrects him, letting him know he's there for confession. Superman asks if the world is all right after the events of the last year. He then tells his story. Superman hears a distress call from space, from a Green Lantern in need of help. He races out into the deep, helping him out of a jam, and then leaves the lantern to handle the problem, and heads home. He mentions entering the atmosphere and checking for anyone needing help, and hears the same story being broadcasted everywhere. The same panic from every country in the world, and it was chilling. He heard the anguish and the uncertainty, and then the calm. He had missed it. He didn't hear what he needed to, and for the first time he was afraid, and had lost his rhythm. I couldn't hear it, and he searched everywhere. It was gone. No rhythm, no heartbeat. His wife was gone. Lois had disappeared with 1,000,000 others, unexplained. Over 1,000,000 people disappeared on Earth, and he was 1,000,000 miles away. He explains that what if he had stopped it? What if he had been on Earth? And that what he had done afterward, his sin was to save the world. Superman leaves, distraught. This story is continued in issue number 205. Geek Fact. It wasn't mentioned in this issue, but the Green Lantern that needed saving was Kyle Rayner. Bonus Geek Fact. The complete tradeback was released in February of 2013, entitled Superman, For Tomorrow, and reprints issues number 204 through 215. And it also contains a sketchbook by Jim Lee. Another bonus geek fact. The first Superman was actually a villain. He was a bald, telepathic megalomaniac who wanted to take over the world. After The Reign of the Superman failed to get published, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster started their own comic, Science Fiction, The Advanced Guard of Future Civilization, to give a home to their villainous Superman. And final geek fact. Lois Lane has always been a part of Superman's life. She was with him in the beginning as Clark's colleague at the Daily Star, in Action Comics number 1, with a cover date of June 1938. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for today's Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is CatFan ComicsMan, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.